Welcome to Celebrity Page TV. I'm Sonia Isabelle in our New York City newsroom along with Jaymes Vaughn, who's keeping us covered out west.
Hey Sonia, we're tracking pop culture news from around the world. Here's what's on today's episode.
I couldn't actually figure out the mystery till the end. I was laughing out loud as I was reading it.
The great Seymour is here. She's telling us all about her mysterious new project and why it's unlike any role she's played before.
Also,
maybe change your beard 10% differently on the next one.
Two of our favorite Hallmark stars are cooking up a new romance and sharing their favorite feedback from fans.
Plus,
to dive deeper into these lives to maybe ultimately, help other young people that are suffering.
It's a real-life case that shocked the nation. Now we talk with Elle Fanning about taking on this controversial character. But first, the legendary Seymour has a brand new TV series, and she's giving us all the dish.
What are you gonna do with yourself in retirement?
Sort out the attic, do some gardening, starting a detective agency.
The Emmy winner, best known for playing a medicine woman, now taking on the role of detective in the new dramedy Harry Wild.
I have never seen this woman in a film or in television. I had never seen this character, and I've seen most everything that's out there, and I thought, how wonderful would it be to play Harry, in my early 70s.
We have to find a killer and a kidnapper.
And this is normal behavior for a woman your age.
Normal is overrated.
Jane's character starting a second act in her golden years, something she could relate to in a business obsessed with youth.
Actresses are usually kind of thrown aside when you turn 40. If not before. At 40, I got Dr. Quinn, so I was the anomaly there. And then you have to kind of reinvent yourself. So I did Wedding Crashers. No one believed I was going to do that. Like Harry, I am not afraid to start something new.
Among the other new things she's doing is appearing on the hit CBS comedy Be Positive.
I came in for 2 or 3 scripts, and I ended up doing the entire series. And we'll see if it comes back. It hasn't been picked up yet, but we're all kind of crossing our fingers that it might come back.
You can stream Be Positive on Paramount Plus and watch new episodes of Harry Wild starting Monday, April 4th on Acorn TV.
I Still Have Faith in You, ABBA. Freedom by Jon Batiste.
Fresh off the Oscars, it's now time for music's biggest night. The 64th annual Grammy Awards were supposed to be held in LA in January, but COVID had other ideas. So they were rescheduled for April and moved to Las Vegas.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh, yes.
Justin Bieber, Jon Batiste, and Doja Cat among the top nominees.
Well, good evening, everybody.
Trevor Noah returning to host the show.
My job is to just keep things moving along. I'm trying to be like a good waiter, on an evening in a restaurant. I want you to enjoy my service, but I don't want you to notice me.
We'll find out who wins Sunday, April 3rd on CBS.
I went from dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Not exactly.
And it's another big weekend for Marvel movie fans. Jared Leto taking on the role of the Marvel legend Morbius. It's in theaters now, and that's today's dish. The Dish continues now with the latest headlines from Us Weekly. Correspondent Christina Garibaldi is here. Always good to see you, Christina. And let's start with this weekend's Grammy Awards and the tension between Grammy host Trevor Noah and Kanye West.
Yes, things were definitely heated between Kanye West and Trevor Noah. Now, Us Weekly recently confirmed that Kanye's performance for the Grammy Awards was axed due to his social media activity regarding Trevor, who was hosting the Grammy Awards. Now, he was posting some racial slurs about him. Now, this was after Trevor took to his show, The Daily Show, and talked about Kanye's recent posts about Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. Kanye may have a lot more to be worried about, since a source does tell us that Kim and Pete are getting very serious and that he absolutely wants her to be his wife. But Kim wants to wait for everything with Kanye to settle down before she takes any next steps.
And what else is in your new issue?
Yes, Real Housewives of New York fans rejoice. We are very excited because Andy Cohen announced that there is not one, but 2 shows coming out of New York. Now, the Real Housewives of New York will be split into 2 shows. They're doing a traditional Housewives and also an OG housewife, a Legends housewife. He said that the second Real Housewives show is being referred to as the Legacy or the Throwback, as production works on casting, but definitely plan to see some old familiar faces on that show.
Thank you as always, Christina. And for more stories like these, check out the newest issue of Us Weekly. Now to something new that Hallmark is cooking up.
Yes, Sonia, it is a delicious collaboration between Hallmark Movies and Mysteries and a popular celebrity chef.
Everything we do comes from the heart, and I don't want to lose that.
Two Hallmark fan favorites teaming up on the new movie Always Amore. Autumn Reeser playing a widow trying to keep her late husband's restaurant open, while Tyler Hines is a consultant pushing for change.
I was really drawn to playing a woman in the middle of her healing journey. She's not ready to let go of her marriage, but she's learning how to live in the present moment, learning to release the past and move on, and learning that she still deserves happiness and she still deserves love, and she doesn't just have to carry all of the responsibility on her shoulders. And I think that's a journey that a lot of women will relate to.
And then we put the meat on a hot grill.
With the film centered around food, it's only appropriate celebrity chef Giada De Laurentiis is the movie's executive producer. Giada, the granddaughter of the late Oscar-winning filmmaker Dino De Laurentiis.
To have obviously somebody of her caliber overseeing the authenticity of the restaurant and the food and some of the dynamics that are covered in this movie was obviously a step in the right direction, and very lucky to be a part of something like that and to have someone like that engage with us on this film. So yeah, very, very lucky, very grateful that she gave us the opportunity to be a part of it, and she couldn't be a more lovely human being, so that's icing on the cake.
Do you want to leave a letter?
No, I'm good.
Autumn busy in 2022, just wrapping up the hit Wedding Veil trilogy, and grateful for her relationship with Hallmark fans.
I think of these movies as medicine for people. That's the main thing I hear about. People tell me, like, this got me through one of the most difficult moments of my life, or got me through this period of COVID that I didn't know that I was gonna make it through. And so I feel really lucky to be a part of bringing light into the world in that way.
Not a country music fan, I take it.
It's not really on my playlist, no.
But for Hallmark veteran Tyler, the fan feedback is a bit more superficial.
I don't like your hair in this one. I prefer your hair in that one. And if you could maybe change your beard 10% differently on the next one. This is the kind of feedback that I receive.
I promised Marco that I would keep his vision alive.
I won't forget that.
Check out Tyler, his hair, and Autumn in Always Amore, premiering Sunday, April 3rd on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
From a romance around food, let's move to a popular tavern owner, John Taffer, returning to TV, doing what he does best, rescuing struggling bars. Here's our new one-on-one.
There's a chance here to turn this bar around.
John is on the road again. After filming his last season entirely in Las Vegas, the TV host now going coast to coast, helping bars that need it the most.
Now these people have an opportunity to catch up on their debts, catch up on their house payments, and really be successful. So you're going to see me be more aggressive than you've ever seen me. Stop this.
How do you serve this to people?
And in typical Taffer style, John giving bar owners plenty of tough love to get them back on their feet.
It's almost like a baseball player who hasn't played in 2 years. And suddenly he's not swinging a bat so well. I had to get him to swing better again and get him to hit the ball. But you're going to see me be very motivating this season because I wanted to get the fire back in their bellies. When we succeed, we make people smile. And I wanted to get those smiles back into these businesses too.
Is that tears I see?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Grab a seat at the bar. I want to show you guys everything we did.
The reality star also celebrating his milestone 200th episode as the show heads into its 9th season.
I thought I'd do a pilot and go home. I was happy with that. Hey, I made a pilot. I would have been good with that. And then after season 1, I never thought there'd be a 2 or a 3 or a 4. It's an amazing thing to be accepted to this degree and invited back year after year.
Bar Rescue pours out new episodes Sunday nights on Paramount Network.
It's time for today's See Her Celebrity Spotlight. Each week we celebrate women in the entertainment industry who are bringing talent and authenticity to the roles they take on and off screen. Well, today we're shining the spotlight on actress and producer Elle Fanning. Here's today's See Her Spotlight.
I'm Elle Fanning, and I'm an actor.
Elle Fanning may only be 23 years old, but she's already been acting for 2 decades.
You're calling yourself The Great?
Of course. On her award-winning show, The Great, she's both the star and executive producer. Dual roles she's taking on again in her powerful new limited series, The Girl from Plainville.
They've opened an investigation into your connection with the death of Conrad Roy.
But I didn't do anything wrong. When this project, the opportunity came to me to possibly tell this as a series and be a producer on it, it did take thought. I mean, it wasn't an immediate yes. Ultimately, I decided that I wanted to do it and to be a producer because I wanted the responsibility to tell it with care.
The series based on a true story with Elle playing Michelle Carter, who was convicted of involuntary manslaughter in the so-called texting suicide case.
Everyone has an opinion about this case, but I do think the media portrayed it in a very one-dimensional way, I think on both sides, definitely on Michelle's side and also on Conrad's side, because we didn't get to know much about him. He was just kind of portrayed as the victim, and we didn't get to know him as the kind of beautiful person that he was.
I keep finding things out about him. It's like I didn't even know him.
The film co-starring Oscar nominee Chloe Sevigny and Colton Ryan, who had nothing but praise for Elle.
I have so much respect for Elle. She was actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to do it. Not only the story and Lynn and the part, but yeah, Elle and just the caliber of work that she puts out and people that she works with. I just knew with her name attached, it was going to be a certain level of excellency.
I mean, she is the great, you know, it's in word and in action. I haven't worked ever with someone I thought was so technically gifted, but also so whip smart. And I was also thankful she was my boss, because a lot of times she really knew what the goal was, what the mission was with the show. And yeah, I mean, it was like sparring with Tyson, you know? It's like you just get better with the reps.
It's so amazing to have role models, but then at the end of the day, you have to really love yourself. And it's nice to have people that you can look up to and emulate, but just know that they're not you. So you have to bring your uniqueness to whatever you do.
The Girl from Plainville is streaming now on Hulu. And for more information, visit seeher.com.
Still to come.
That is a constant in my life, and I'll be for the rest of my life, Michelle.
Fans loved him on Gilmore Girls. We're talking with Yanique Truesdale about the show's legacy and his new collaboration with Melissa McCarthy. It's all ahead on Celebrity Page TV.
Fit Meals for You offers over 40 custom meals, including vegan meals or keto meals delivered fresh to your door. Owner Chef Joe Reck has worked with professional athletes and bodybuilders for over 25 years and knows what it takes to cook a healthy meal that tastes great. Fit Meal for You's fried chicken is one of the best in Las Vegas. Visit Fit Meals for You at 2101 South Decatur, just north of Sahara, or order your meal online and get it fresh to your door today at fitmeals4 on letteru.net. Fit Meals for You. Healthy has never been easier.
Welcome back. Director Judd Apatow is out with a new comedy, taking a hilarious look at life over the last couple of years. Correspondent Rachel Smith talked to the filmmaker and the all-star cast of The Bubble.
Thank you for joining us in our bubble.
Please make sure you're wearing proper PPE. Physical touch is, of course, off the table. So I would recommend making sweet eyes at each other.
What a creative way to add some levity and laughs over these last 2 years. I thought it was very delightful and a very clever way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to make something that would be a way for people to commiserate about how awful some of this has been and how, you know, we've all been so isolated from each other and how hard it is to work. So it felt like the time to do something really silly and stupid about that.
We are one of 2 movies in production right now. If we fail, the studio is going to go down.
So meta, the whole experience. I mean, it truly felt like my real life that we were then putting on screen. The lines were getting blurred, and I was like, what's real and what's not? And it was fun.
Jumanji is a breeze after Cliff B6. I mean, The Rock cannot battle dragons like Leslie Mann, right?
God, he doesn't have anything on Leslie Mann when it comes to those beasts.
One thing I love about this is it's not just inside jokes about the pandemic and quarantine and lockdown, but the industry itself. I mean, what joke do you think about actors most rang true?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think there was. Yeah, it's like, let me give you the list. Yeah.
We were so happy to be outside because we shot it during the pandemic. So like being around everyone, we just remembered the actors are very chatty.
Yeah, I think that was so much of it. Yeah, so it was just honestly like when one word answer would do, you'd give like 100 and be like, yeah, I'm doing really well in a sense, but I'm also you'd just like be so happy to chat with someone who wasn't in your immediate family. You'd be like, here we go.
The classic cartoon called The Fairly Odd Parents is trending on CelebrityPage.com. Our social producer, Ricky Cornish, joins us from Vegas. And Ricky, the show is now back as a live action series.
That's right, Sonia. The hit Nickelodeon show is getting a magical reboot on Paramount+.
Giant steak, birthday cake, large rice, chocolate shake! Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents.
The Fairly Odd Parents making history as the second longest running series on Nickelodeon, just behind the iconic SpongeBob SquarePants.
To be a fan of this and also be proud of it is something that's really exciting.
We're your Fairy Godparents!
Now the cartoon getting a live-action reboot called Fairly Odder.
And fans of the old show get to see the wacky world of Dimsdale that they love.
The new show picking up years after the original, with Timmy Turner gifting his Fairly Godparents, Cosmo and Wanda, to his cousin Viv.
I would fall asleep watching Fairly Odd Parents. I would wake up watching Fairly Odd Parents. I mean, that show was on all the time in my house.
Oh man, it's crazy to think about, even like those words you saying it. It's sort of like, oh my god, wow, that really is true. You know, it's still Dimsdale, but we get to switch it up a little bit.
I think that kids are gonna love this show. I think that kids who used to watch the show are gonna love this show.
It was like a dream come true, especially to my brothers and sisters, because they grew up watching this show.
I mean, I can't wait for the world to see what we put together here.
The Fairly Odd Parents Fairly Odder is streaming now on Paramount+. For more trending stories, head to celebritypage.com.
Just ahead,
my suspect.
Music superstar Toni Braxton takes us on a true crime mystery. That's coming up on Celebrity Page TV.
Leaving me alone and hurt. Haven't I been good to you? Haven't I been sweet to you? Stop in the name of love. Baby, think it over. Think it over, baby. Stop in the name of love. Baby, think it over. You break my heart. Oh, stop.
Spring is in the air in the desert. Here's today's Vegas headliners. Bellagio's Conservatory and Botanical Garden reaching new heights with their latest display called Flights of Fancy. Time-lapse video showing how they created 7 hot air balloons and 2 giant hummingbirds using thousands of flowers and plants. It's open to the public now through May 14th.
Welcome back to Celebrity Page TV. Lifetime is giving us new mysteries to solve in their latest movie series, Fallen Angels Murder Club. We're learning more about whodunit from one of the stars.
What is this, some sort of book club? Someone killed Rory and made it look like one of us did it.
Everyone's a suspect when a member of a book club is killed. That club made up entirely of ex-convicts.
I thought that the premise was very interesting, right? A bunch of ex-con, but really soft crimes. Really, they're not bad people. They're just people that made sometimes the wrong call or wrong decisions to protect someone, or so it's very relatable.
I've had it, which I have big theories of me being some sort of raging murderer.
Yanique working alongside music great Toni Braxton, who both stars in and executive produces the film franchise.
I bought a lot of her albums back in the day. I know all of her songs, but she doesn't know that. I didn't tell her that. And we became very close. We play best friends in the show.
As soon as my dry cleaning bill is paid, you will have my sympathies.
I will pay for your suit, Michelle.
Yanique, no stranger to working with amazing women. For 7 years, he starred as Michelle on the hit series Gilmore Girls.
A lot of people have told me that it saved them during the pandemic. That was their go-to and made them feel good. And for that, it's just so... It warms my heart.
Yanique also getting ready for a reunion with his former Gilmore co-star Melissa McCarthy in the upcoming Netflix series God's Favorite Idiot.
We go, as you know, way back 22 years now. And she's a good friend and obviously super proud of all of she's accomplished. So I'm really excited.
As fans wait for that, check out Yanique in the Fallen Angels Murder Club movies premiering Saturday, April 2nd on Lifetime. When we come back,
even 90,000 square feet, I feel like I actually need to add on because we're running out of space.
It's the return of the Queen of Versailles next on Celebrity Page TV.
We know what it feels like to be unhappy and unhealthy, and we want to help you get to happy and healthy. We have nutrition programs, we have personal training, boot camp classes, CrossFit classes, and excellent coaching to help you get to where you want to be. But the best part of it is that we start by sitting down with you one-on-one, and we talk about your goals and we talk about your life's journey so far, and it's a free meeting where we figure out your life plan together. You're finally going to have help becoming the happiest and healthiest you can be.
Check out even more of our stories on Instagram. Follow us at Celebrity Page TV. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Celebrity Page TV. If you thought you'd seen every kind of renovation show on TV, get ready to have your mind blown. Today we're meeting the homeowner known as the Queen of Versailles.
2 tennis courts,
30 bathrooms,
full-size baseball field,
10 kitchens,
antique furniture,
90,000 square feet.
Back in 2012, billionaires David and Jackie Siegel were the subjects of a hit documentary about their quest to build the largest home in America. But when the Great Recession hit, those plans fell apart.
Everyone always asks me, you're the Queen of Versailles? And it's like, yeah, and they couldn't believe I'm in their country. And then they say, what happened? Did you finish the house? This house has taken me 20 years to build.
I'm building the largest home in America.
It's now time to finish Versailles.
Now, after 2 decades, we're finally getting answers. Jackie and her family opening up their Florida home to cameras once again for a new series.
I've been wanting to do this, and thank goodness we found a good home, HGTV and Discovery Plus. And I know the camera guys, they were telling me over 100 days of shooting. So can you imagine? That's a lot of editing that they're doing right now. There's so many chefs in the kitchen that you don't get the perfect recipe.
The show taking us inside the construction process, something Jackie admits was overwhelming at times.
I've never even built like a doghouse, so here I am now in charge of one of the most famous, biggest houses in America. And I have no idea what I'm doing.
But the question remains, can Versailles be completed?
You're gonna see some challenges. You're gonna see me crying, And I tell you, it takes a lot to make the Queen cry. I don't know what I'm in for.
Queen of Versailles Reigns Again is streaming now on Discovery Plus.
Now that is an extreme home makeover. Well, for Sonia and the entire team, thanks so much for watching. I'm Jaymes Vaughn. We'll see you right back here next week. And remember, we've always got you covered at celebritypage.com for your daily trending stories.